Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Officialhumansofqueer. Am I audible now? Can someone tell me? Hello. Hello.
Hi, Yash. Can you hear us?
Yeah, is
Oh,
this fine now?
yes, it is. It is far better. Okay, brilliant.
Oh, hi. How are you both?
Doing good. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's like kind of cold today in Delhi.
Of course.
So lazy Sunday it was.
Bangalore has pleasant weather.
Yeah, you should move to Bangalore.
So I have heard a lot about Bangalore weather that they have like you people have a very good weather there.
Yeah, we do.
So a moment, I'll introduce about this series.
Hmm.
So we are starting this series called Tera Merarishta, in which we'll be talking about different emerging relationships, not just couple relationship, maybe a relationship of a parent and a child, a friend and friends and siblings and everyone.
Hmm.
So here we are with our first episode with Saptarshi and Adil. We will be talking about different things about queer relationships and how do people look at it and how it actually is, because there are differences that not most people can understand. So
Sure.
we'll be doing that. So before starting that, if you want to say something, then we can start with the questions that we have for you both.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for inviting us, and definitely looking forward to how this eventually unfolds. Because to be very honest, live is not something that I'm very comfortable with. So I was quite conscious, and then let's just see how it unfolds. But yes, all the best to all of us that we do well.
Yeah, all the best, because even I am like that. I feel the same, but I really wanted to do it, so I thought like let's give it a try because it's a good thing that we should talk about different kind of relationship.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
yeah, so can we start with the questions that we have for you both?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead.
So I guess this question is, I guess, for both of you that how has been your journey till far? How has it been changed after meeting your partners? Was it way different when you were like in your single era and after you meeting your partner? Was there a difference or something?
You know?
Yes, yes. I mean, a lot has changed. We are in relationship from past 9 years. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say that I was a bit lost. Um, I was a bit scattered. Now I find myself very composed, uh, very confident. So, yeah, I mean, I find myself complete. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the complete element stays with me as well, because I have always been on the lookout. When you're single, you kind of, somewhere I'm sure I would have also denied that. No, I don't need anybody. I'm all fine. But then somewhere deep within, I knew I wanted somebody, and I was on the lookout. So yes, and that was to make myself complete from whatever perspective we might be want to looking at, because I was somebody who was extremely outgoing, very noisy, all over the place, and yeah, so he kind of calms me down a little.
It's a balance. It's a
Hello.
kind of a balance.
Yes,
Yeah. It's a balance.
Yes.
exactly. So
And
yeah.
balance is like kind of like, I guess, a very important thing in a relationship, because you need if matlab, from my experience, if both of you are of the same personality, it kind of create a conflict somehow,
I'm sure.
and it's very important.
Yeah, both of us silent, there would be no noise in the house, and both of us noisy, then our neighbors will throw us out. So
Okay, so we have recently covered your story where you have mentioned that it was not love at first sight, it
yeah.
was lust at first. And so lust at first sight we can understand, but there's always a moment when you realize that he's the one,
Mm.
or yeah, I can take a few steps forward with him. So when and what was the moment that you have decided that he is the one for you?
You go ahead.
Well, for me, uh, I mean, I just liked him as a person to begin with. I mean, for me, it wasn't a lust at the first sight. It was a liking towards the person. And he instantly grabbed my attention by, like, he was all very flamboyant, very, very positive. He was everywhere, you know. And I always just liked his company. I mean, spending time with him, going out for movies and shopping, those random things that we do. And just as a person, I loved him. It wasn't like lust for me.
Okay.
Got
For me, I don't have one thing that I can point it out on, because it's never that one thing which makes you like, that
yeah,
batti jal gayi types, so that doesn't
yeah,
happen, right? So it's a series of events, and I'm sure there would have been fights and there would have been a lot of memories, and it's a series of events, right? Which eventually makes you start caring for that person, and you realize that you mean the world to that person, and that is when we kind of decide that is when we realize that, okay, this is it.
you were nurturing your relationship in
Yeah,
some aspect, and then it kind of happened,
yeah.
and
it's
then you're
it, it just unfolded on its own.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, that's I guess that's a beautiful thing to nurture it, to put efforts and to nurture, to spend time. All these things are very important
yeah, that's
for
all
your
we did.
relationship. Yeah. There is one question in the from the audience that being from different religion, did you guys face any problem?
um
Like this is the question.
can I take that question? Okay, so very valid question. Okay, but I have a correction to make there. Okay, I do not follow any religion. Okay, unfortunately, in the world today, we kind of decide somebody's religion by reading their name. Okay, just because my
Exactly.
name shows as Saptarshi Mitra doesn't mean that I will follow Hinduism. Okay, and just because so my name and my last name is not something that I could choose. Okay, but my beliefs and my spiritual connection is something that I have a right to choose. And fortunately, my father was absolutely in favor of that. And he kind of promoted that you choose what you want to. Okay, you want to go to a temple, you go to a temple. You don't want to go to a temple, don't go to a temple. So for me, I do not have a religion. Okay, I don't believe in religion. I am very anti-religion, if I may say so. But yeah, on the other hand, so yes, so I am always very open to whatever you want to preach, whatever gives your mind and health peace, so be it. So he is free to practice whatever religion he wishes to practice. My mom at home, so she is also born Hindu, but she practices Christianity. I don't follow anybody. I follow the religion which makes very good food, so I like that. And apart from that, I have my own beliefs. So yes, so religion is not a factor at all. It's just the names. Yeah.
And that's good. There are already so many things to settle down for. It's
Exactly.
like
There is so much, and moreover, I personally believe this. Unfortunately, none of the religions let me be me. Okay, none of the
exactly,
religion lets me be gay and be okay with it. So why should I be okay about their religion? No, you fly your kite, I fly
exactly,
mine.
exactly. There's one more question for you people. Like, marriage and relationships are almost same for everyone.
Hmm.
It's whether it is a same-sex couple, it's a heterosexual couple.
Hmm.
Do you find there's any difference between a cis-het couple or a same-sex couple in in terms of relationship or marriage?
I mean, personally, I do not see any
Yeah.
difference. I mean, the two individuals coming together, they love each other, they decide to spend their life together. So, I mean, there isn't any difference.
Yeah. Adding to that, maybe my perspective to that is also on the similar lines. Within the first line of the question was, I suppose, it said that marriage is same for everybody, right? Um,
It's yeah, marriage is same for everybody. Relationship is almost same for everybody.
Correct.
Everyone has all conflicts
Absolutely.
and everything.
Because at the end
Yeah,
of the day, we all are human beings. Okay. It's just that we have different genitalia. that does not decide your heart or your mind. Okay, so how does it matter? This is just two beings deciding to come together and make a world
Exactly.
of their own. So, and however they want to do that world. So I don't think there is any difference to that, and which is why the fight for equal rights in the marriage and all of it, right? Because it is equal.
Because it's the only difference that is left. They have legal recognition, we don't have.
Yeah,
I
exactly. That's
guess
the difference. They have recognition, we don't have it. I mean,
we don't have. Yeah. And that is a very beautiful thing that, it's almost same for everyone, because at the end of the day, we all are human beings. We all are having the same kind of needs. We all are having the same kind of wanting and everything. Yeah. So same. There's one more question. Like someone just asked me about your Twitter handle page if something is coming. I guess you have posted something.
yes, we have decided to launch a Twitter handle, and when we launch it, you will have it on my page. When we do it, you
So
will have
everyone,
it.
yeah.
Right now, we
Okay.
don't have it.
Or maybe Instagram.
Or maybe
We don't know.
Instagram. We don't know. We will see. We're still processing the thought in our head currently. It's a big decision.
Take time, but we are waiting.
yes.
Okay. So, apart from marriage legality, the legal recognition of marriage for same-sex people, what are the other, policies that should be addressed in Indian society as of now? Like, do you think there is something that is very, very, very important for queer people that should be
Everything.
addressed?
I think we should be treated equally as every individual living in this country.
Yeah. It
Just
has to be
equal
Every
rights. Yes,
everything. I
absolutely.
can't say that no, ration card is more important or passport is more important. Everything is important. Everything exists today for its own purpose. Okay. I need insurance. I don't just need to have insurance. I also need medical insurance, life insurance. I want to be able to take loans together, buy house together, buy car together. It's a
Absolutely.
very big list. Okay. We live in a
exactly,
capitalistic world.
And I want to nominate him for everything
Yeah.
that I have and not other people.
Why do I face difficulty writing a deed that after me everything goes to him or after him everything comes to me or whatever, whichever way. Why do I have so much of difficulty? It's just the same. So I will not point out on one thing. I would say it all. I want all.
okay, equality everywhere,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Period.
Period.
Okay. So, if a movie is made on both of your love story, what should be it called, or is there anything that has already been made and that can be remade in your love story?
We can call it anything but not love jihad.
Oh yes, anything but not love jihad. Okay, anything but love jihad, because or what is that other thing called? We had memes running on both of us. Okay, what was the other version of it? One is love jihad and dusra wala is ghar wapsi. Yes. Oh my God, it's not that. There is no religion involved here. Okay, it's anything but that. but yeah, jokes
There's
apart,
no religion involved here. Please don't make these kinds of memes on them. Make
yeah.
some good,
I mean, I laugh
not
over
good.
it. It's a big deal. It's okay. People will be people. But yeah, not that. Anything else is fine.
So I would like to ask, like, there is like most of the time I have also heard this from the people who have a a long duration of the relationship. The spark is missing, or the spark eventually goes, and it becomes very monotonous.
Hmm.
So how do you keep that spark going on in your relationship? Like, is there anything that you both
I
have that
think, I mean, for me, with each passing year, you know, our bond is becoming stronger
That's
and
good.
stronger. I
Yeah.
mean, forget about the spark.
Yeah, I was just
And
thinking.
of late, I started telling him that I feel so proud of you. That's what I tell him repeatedly.
I'm same. I think time works in our favor in this situation because I don't think the spark goes as you get to know each other. You fall in love more about that person because you know that this is the only person who genuinely cares about you. I mean, more than
It's again
everybody
like
else.
1 year of
Yeah.
a relationship. Like every day, every moment, you get to know
Yeah.
new things, and then eventually good.
And
Yeah,
what do we
I believe.
do to keep that
Yeah,
on? Maybe okay, we don't consciously do that, but then we have a lot of things that are common between both of us. Like we both like to stay fit, we like to work out, we like to eat healthy. So that's one segment of it. Then we like to travel together. We love to I mean, there are zillions of things. Okay, he likes to keep the house clean. I like to cook. So there are like very combo of things, which helps us.
In a balance.
Yeah, it
In
is
a balance.
balancing it out, right? So, and we like to do those things together. Like we've done vacations with others, we've done vacation with mom and all of that. But after every vacation, we're like, let's just both of us go somewhere. So now we need a break from everybody. Let's just
I
go.
think there is one important thing that we do is we give space to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not always clinging to him, and he's not always clinging to me. And even like when we are working at home, he's in a separate room, I'm in a separate room. Like I'm not on his head all the time. So
Yeah.
and I don't want anybody to be on my head all the time. So we give space to each other.
Helps.
Yeah, I guess space is a very important thing in a relationship.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very toxic. Like I can understand that. So like you just said that you both travel a lot. So according to you or matlab, with your experience, which city in India is like the most queer friendly?
I'll take that. Okay. South of India. Okay. I know I'm
South.
making a very blanket statement, but I can say what I want because it's in my heart and it's coming out of an experience. Okay. Southern part of India, if I go anything Goa and down, okay, it is very receptive. Okay. And anything above Goa, I have not had the best of experiences. Definitely not. And I can give you one of the latest examples, and I did post blatantly out on Instagram very recently. So we were traveling to Rajasthan, okay? Beautiful state, no complaints, okay? But the experience of being a queer couple, it was traumatic, okay? We were in Jodhpur and not good at all because there were
I guess I feel that story of yours. Like
yeah,
I
and
guess I
that was bad. That was bad because after a certain point in time, I actually started worrying because I'm always on Instagram posting and storing out because I want people to know about the place I am in and experiences and all of that. And I
and
thought that
that's
what if people, yeah, exactly. And my worry was, what if these guys try to track me and attack me? Because they were making those comments that let's just get rid of them and stuff like that. That's scary. That is real bad.
that is obviously.
Yeah.
And Rajasthan is like.
It is a massive.
But I guess I've also had the same experience at Rajasthan.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with you. And it was not just about being gay. Matlab, I went with my girlfriends, and even for them, it was like kind of very scary.
Yeah.
So I can imagine for a queer couple, it's like
It's
way
another
more like
level.
10.
So
I
yeah,
can understand.
I love South. We have traveled to Kerala, Tamil Nadu. I've lived in Andhra Pradesh. We live in Karnataka. All these four states, very receptive. We never had any issues, to be honest. Never. So yeah, I don't know.
Is Bangalore inclusive enough? Like
Yeah, Bangalore is inclusive. Bangalore is totally inclusive. Yeah. Like my whole apartment knows about us, and most of them follow us, so they kind of know. They're very cool about it.
Even
I might
very accommodating.
Oh
Even
yes,
our workplaces are very accommodating.
Workplaces are extremely accommodating. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, the workplace should be very accommodating and inclusive. Like that is very important for every queer person in India.
Exactly. We spend so much of time there, right? A lot of time.
Exactly. Okay, so as we are like listening or hearing to the news that we can have same-sex marriages legal recognition soon, maybe after like I don't know how many years, but there are hopes. So, do you have that hopes? Like, do you have that positive hopes that we are getting it soon, or if we are getting it, what are your like kind of is there any bucket list that you want to do after like the legalization of same-sex marriage in India that you have to do like some things?
Yeah, I mean, I need to fix all my legal documents. I need to nominate for whatever I have for the insurances and everything. Of course, that part needs to be done.
So he's you see, you again realize he's the documentation person. He will document and keep everything neat and clean. So that's the first answer coming from him. And now I give you my answer. I would love to attend some weddings. I hope we get some invites.
Same.
Yeah, I would love to attend gay, lesbian, and all of that. The entire LGBTQIA plus weddings. I would love to attend those. Yes.
I would love to attend those rainbow weddings. I really want वहाँ पे ऐसे वहाँ पर भी flags.
Exactly. Looking forward to that. So that's on the bucket list. We have to get two people married.
Hopefully someday I'll also get
Yeah,
married.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we are almost at the last segment. So this is like a kind of a question. Matlab, if you will somehow someday in future try to renew your vows in India, maybe.
Hmm.
So is there anyone you want to kind of officiate the ceremony? Any fictional character, any friend, family member, celebrity, anyone?
Well, I mean, I do not want to renew my vows because, I mean, vows once made, made. I mean,
Yeah,
they will
it is.
always stay same.
It is for lifetime,
Yeah.
as they say, until death do us apart. So yeah, so I would not want to renew them. Yeah, I don't want to jinx anything. Everything is very good. Touch wood. Let me just
Again,
stick to
that's what it is.
that. Exactly.
Okay.
So
So
no renewal happening.
can you tell us something about your wedding? How it happened? Like, what is the
Sure. I'll,
was it like very emotional or very
no,
happy in that sense?
it was not an emotional event. It was a very quick event. Okay.
Yeah.
So so I don't know you guys know or not how we got engaged. So I proposed
Hello. It got stuck.
back to that.
Okay. No, really.
Okay.
Am I back? Sorry, I
No,
had a
yeah,
call pop up, and that's why this happened. Um,
it's okay.
what was I saying? We
Yeah.
bhul gaya. Ah, okay. So I was telling about the engagement. So how it worked is I proposed and all of that, right? So that was on 5th April. Next year we plan to do a vacation in Greece, and we were there. And uh, so we kind of decided, okay, let's go and check out a church because we decided that we will get married in Greece. And so we went there. And when I think the video is stuck.
No.
No,
No,
it's
no,
not that.
I'm
Okay.
listening.
Oh, okay. And then we were there, so we kind of inquired that, okay, how does the gay wedding look like? And then the priest who was there, he's like, oh, okay, I'll get you married. And so I was like, no, we don't want to marry right now. We'll come next year. Okay, it's just both of us right now. So he was like, no, but it's okay. You can get married. I'm like, okay. And then we started thinking that, okay, let's just do it because then next year we will save a lot of money and then we can go to another place. So we decided that okay, we will. So we then said that okay, let's just come back tomorrow. And fortunately, that was on a day we got engaged. So it was 4th April. We went to the church, and the 5th April we again went back. And then it was a very quick event, and we just got married. Simple.
So only you both were there
Only
at
both
the
of
time
us,
of wedding.
nobody else. Only both of us because it was just our trip, and we were like, okay, big deal. शादी तो करनी है ना शादी करनी हमें ही है it's just both of us let's just
That's
get
smart
married
that you get to kind of travel to one more city with that money. That is
exactly and then imagine if I had to take all my friends and family everybody to Greece and then I would have filed bankruptcy after that for sure.
I can understand all these things now.
So
Okay, so
yeah
there are some questions from the audience. That
sure.
first question is: are you guys planning to adopt a child? Like, is there any?
No. I would want to give that answer very polished way but I don't have a polished answer. We did think about it.
Yes, we did.
We did think about it. He is he was very pro kid. He is also very pro pets. Um, for me, if I can keep a plant alive, that's a very big deal. But yeah, no kids, no kids.
I mean, currently we are taking care of some plants, and that's like our hands are full already.
Yes, and we have my mother live. My mother lives with both of us, right? So that's enough responsibility. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's like a full-on child at home already.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm taking care of two children, him and his mother.
Okay, so there you go. There are a lot of kids at home. We don't need any more.
Okay, so like I guess we are at the end now. So I'll just ask two more questions, a very small question. We have heard a lot about your relationship and what has been your journey. So do you have any advice for the people who are right now looking for someone like as a partner or a love or companionship? Do you have any advice for them?
Thank you so much. This is a very good question. I mean, and one single advice that I would say is just stick along.
Yes, have
Give
faith.
time, have patience. Just stick along. Don't give up.
Yes, very important. And have faith. If you haven't found somebody yet, Okay, there is that phase where you go like, I don't know if somebody exists for me or not. Okay, because I have tried enough, I have tried so many people, it didn't work out and all of that, right? So I have also gone through that. But then you will have to believe in yourself that no, you will find somebody. I believed, and hence I found. So you have to keep that hope on, and you will find. But yes, it has to be your priority as well, because there are a lot of people whom we talk to and they're like, if it happens, it will happen. Come on, that way nothing happens. So you have to kind of put that effort. uh,
Put that effort.
yes, you have to put that effort, take that first step. Don't always think that, oh, a prince charming will come and woo me away. No, sometimes you might have to become that prince charming for somebody, so become that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's
So
my
that's
thought.
why my friend told me, like, घर पे पड़ा रहेगा तो कोई नहीं मिलेगा. Like, you have to go out,
Yes,
meet people.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Just recollected. There are a lot of times people meet with an agenda ki, okay, this is the one whom I have to make as my husband. No,
Exactly.
first find a friend. Okay, find a friend, find somebody you enjoy hanging out with, find somebody you love spending time with, because you have to spend a life together. Okay, you can't just directly make somebody a husband. Doesn't happen.
I agree with it totally. Well, it happens a lot. Like, people you'll meet today, they will say, I love you tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I was like, how?
Yeah, I can tell you the how on that. Okay, I'll tell you how. So, and this is something which I always wanted to tell people, and I wanted to create a reel and all of that, but never happened. So, initially you are attracted, you're infatuated towards a
Exactly.
person. So that's and people confuse that with love, thinking that, oh, this is
Love.
love. Okay, no, that's not love. That's just infatuation. You just want to sleep with that person, and that's okay. Do that. Eventually, after that, you will hit a stage when you are bored of that person, when you are done of that person. And that is when people usually repel away. No, that is your testing
Exactly.
phase. Okay. You have to sustain that. After that, you will reach a phase where you will hate each other. You would want to kill each other, also, possibly. That's also okay. Sustain that through. Okay. After that, once you have sustained all of that, then what will happen is the fact that you're living with that person becomes a habit. Okay, once it becomes your habit, then you realize how much important that person is in your life, because you have already created a world together, and that is when you start experiencing love. The all that before that is not love. That's just
Exactly. I
attraction.
totally believe that. Like, love doesn't happen in a day. Like, you
Yeah,
meet someone and next day, I love you. It doesn't happen that way.
exactly, right. So yeah.
Because when you're going on the very first day, you also kind of, like, try to be in that, mode ki samne wale, matlab the other person who is sitting in front of you should like you and all.
Yeah,
You're not your true self.
you put your
Your
best
true
foot
self.
forward. you know
Yeah, your true
People
self
don't
comes
know whether
after.
after how you keep your washroom. They don't know how you keep your bedroom. They don't
Exactly.
know how you keep your clothes. Do you
Exactly.
fold them or do you not fold them? Those very simple knickknacks, they don't know. Only when you live with that person, then you realize that are these
Exactly.
things
Exactly.
to be tolerated or not.
And he doesn't do these things.
Exactly.
I do these things.
See, he does know. What has to? Why did I find him then? Because nahi hota mere
That's
se.
why he But yeah, I totally agree, because on the very first date, if you'll say, I don't know how to cook, it is like all cute. Okay, it's okay, I'll cook.
Ah,
But after,
exactly.
like, "Tum khana banana nahi aata." And it happens.
So yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
that.
I can. So I guess we are done with the question, and thank you so much, both of you, for joining for our first episode. I guess it was really wonderful. There were a lot of people who have asked different questions, and they were like
Amazing.
kind of, commenting different stuff. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so
Thank you
And
much
so
if
to
you wanna,
much.
you and the team there. Okay. And this is for everybody. I know you're not alone. I know there are a lot of people behind you as well.
lot
Yes. So thanks to all of them, because I see your story, I see your post, I see all the hard work that you guys are doing. It's wonderful. It's definitely commendable. So, yes, thanks to the
Thank you
whole
so much.
team.
thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
Thank
much.
you.
us. Thanks again.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Nice day.